The 34-yard line, Rodgers in the gun, 4th and 5. Has 3 receivers. He'll get the snap. It's a 4-man rush. He sits in the pocket. There's a line drive down the middle. Intercepted at the 50 and picked off on the play by Bullock. He's down the far side, 30. Far side, 20. Down the far sideline, 10. 5, touchdown. Rodgers has thrown a pick 6. Rodgers has thrown a pick 6 in what might be the final pass of his career.
That was January 13th, nearly a month ago. There's no way that Aaron Rodgers is exiting the National Football League with a pick 6. So the Steelers have been saying all the right things publicly about Rodgers, and I think that's a wise thing to do. You don't want to anger Aaron Rodgers. You don't want to diss Aaron Rodgers. You don't want to make him fly cross country only to tell him he doesn't work here anymore like the Jets did last year. Now, one of the things that I was chasing in advance of the Super Bowl pregame show, do the Steelers really want Aaron Rodgers? And I believe they really do want him to return. It's up to him at this point. They want him to come back, and there's not a hurry. There isn't we got to do this before the first day of free agency because otherwise we're going to sign Cousins. This is take your time. They'll work with Will Howard. They'll try to develop Will Howard. It gives them an opportunity to spend part of the offseason program focusing on Will Howard, and then Rodgers gets there when he gets there if he wants to do it. And I kind of think he does. This will be bizarre if it happens because it didn't end well for Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. This is a way for a little redemption, a little reunion, and it'll be one more year. The thinking is, and this was the strongest aspect of what I learned, Chris, if he plays this year, this is definitely it.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm like a little bit like, wow, it sounds like he does really want to come back. And I'm a little bit like, wow, yeah, it does definitely sound like the Steelers want him back. Now, at the same time, though, when you look at the landscape of the NFL right now, you kind of go, well, yeah, I don't know. There's not a ton of options out there at the quarterback situation, right? It's not a year of the quarterback here. So that's where you look at it, right? Yeah, Kirk Cousins is out there. Okay, but what exactly is Kirk Cousins at this point of his career? You got Joe Flacco. Malik Willis right now looks like he is the biggest shiny object out there as far as quarterback, and doesn't feel like the Steelers want to go down that road. But the one thing I'll say with Rodgers and Pittsburgh there and all of that, if they bring him back, right? Like, he better be ready that they bring somebody else, too. I mean, they can bring him back and draft Ty Simpson and do that out of Alabama if he ends up being worthy of the mid or early 20s type of pick. And is he going to be okay with that? Is that going to be okay? And then the risk will be that, yeah, if you're sitting there 2-4, yep, the fan base is going to start going, let's play the rookie. Let's get him out there. So that's the thing they got to figure out, too, right? Does he want to be a part of that? Will Howard, I think, is still a long shot to become an NFL starting quarterback, the way I look at it and view it, and even what I saw a little in the preseason. So I don't know if he's the long-term answer there, and I would sit there and think that they look for somebody else to be the long-term answer, even though Rodgers would be back next year, and that's where it could get interesting.
I mean, obviously, he didn't fall to pick number 185 because he was seen as a potential franchise quarterback. And just because Tom Brady was 199 doesn't mean that you're going to find another Tom Brady in that range of the draft. I ran that by someone last week, and the counter was the Shedeur Sanders free fall, because there wasn't a quarterback taken between Dylan Gabriel by the Browns and Shedeur Sanders by the Browns. That Shedeur Sanders basically clogged the pipeline and pushed all these other guys down. So if Shedeur had gone where he was supposed to go, these other guys would have gone higher. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Buy that completely.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they would have gone a little higher, but still, he was the 7th, 8th quarterback taken last year, and that doesn't happen accidentally. So there's something that needs to be addressed. Mike McCarthy claims he likes him now. What are you going to say?
Right.
Can't wait to get rid of this guy. Would somebody please offer me a conditional 7th-round pick in 2028 for this guy? But they will work with him and see what he has while Aaron Rodgers makes up his mind about what he's going to do. And we'll see. We'll see. I don't think there's going to be another spot for him this year. The only other spot would be Minnesota. Where else would he want to go? What other potential contending team, needs a quarterback? And the Vikings, I don't know what they really need. They need someone who can compete. Like, it's not going to be, hey, Aaron, you're the starter. It's going to be you have to compete with J.J. McCarthy and win the job.
Right. I don't think that's the right spot either. You're right. I mean, it's limited spots that are out there. I don't know if there's one that really jumps out as far as one that would make sense for Aaron Rodgers and that he would want to do. And even with Pittsburgh, I mean, you know, I'll sit here and look at it and go, okay, yeah. You know, I know they're in the playoffs. I get it. But is the way it looks right now on paper in reality, do I look at that roster and go, well, they were close last year. Now this year, deep into the playoffs. I mean, I don't really. No, I don't. So we'll see where this goes. And I'm not necessarily ready to say they're going to get the new coach bump here, right? They're in a little bit of a transition phase here in Pittsburgh. So I don't know where this is going to go. But, you know, it is interesting to hear that Rodgers is so gung-ho about coming back and the Steelers want him back.
Well, I don't know how gung-ho he is about coming back to Pittsburgh. I really don't know. I really don't. And I don't think he knows. If I were him, I'd do the Phillip Rivers thing. I'd sit and wait for a contender to need me. I'd stay in shape. I'd be ready to go. And, you know, there's a window that opens in November. And I go join a team that maybe I can make the difference for, that loses its starting quarterback to injury, because with 32 teams,
that might be the best one, Mike. It might
chances
be the best
are it's
one.
going to happen.
I'm most interested in who he's married to. That's where, if you want to ask me the number one thing I want to know about Aaron Rodgers is how has one of the most famous people in our country, who's a starting quarterback, an NFL legend, maybe a first ballot Hall of Famer. Who the hell knows anymore? But I think a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, who the hell's a first ballot Hall of Famer now? I don't know. Right.
He put the air in the footballs.
Exactly. So, but within that, I'm still amazed. And I still see people digging, and they're like, well, I've confirmed he is actually married, but we still don't know the identity of the person. I think that's crazy. For 2026, where we know, I mean, everything about everybody, we don't know who the damn most famous quarterback in the freaking world's, wife is. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't even believe that.
This meshes with but this is what he likes. This is what he likes. He likes to create a deliberate mystery, so we talk about him, and then he can go on McAfee's show and complain about the fact that we're talking about him when he knows damn well he's creating an environment where people are naturally going to want to talk about him. That's how because he said, people think I like attention, because he does. He just has a specific way of generating attention. He generates attention through silence, not through being conspicuous, and not through standing out in the street saying, hey, everybody look at me. That's the way he does it, and we figured it out. I haven't figured out much, but I figured that out. So I think it's just part of the fact that he likes to build a mystery and maintain a mystery as long as he can. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.